The funny part about shooting videos like this is that you can't see that my floor is an utter disaster. Alright, well welcome back everybody. I feel really weird because my family's downstairs, so if I'm really quiet, it's because of that. So we're shooting the video in my bedroom today because... oh, let's close this. So we're shooting the video in my bedroom today because I don't want to shoot it out there because my family is home and I don't want to... and I already know they can still hear me, and so it's like slowly dying inside a little bit, the feeling of doing this right now. You know those feelings? You know? Nobody? No? Okay. Another fun fact, we have a new camera. Can you tell? Can you see the difference? Does it look different? Do I look better? Hopefully I look better. This is what you look like right now. Can you see you? Wow, looking very slim. Also, sorry if I'm out of focus because like I said, this is a new camera and there's no flip screen, and so I did a lot of like test shots. Talking, testing. Please be in focus. This is a difficult process and it's getting hot in here already. I think if I go back here I'm out of focus, but if I go up here I am in focus. But if that's wrong, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. So today is, well, it's Wednesday, but also today we're going to do reading log number 4 because I read chapter number 4 from my textbook, and now we do reading log number 4, and instead of doing a reading log I do a video because my professor said I could do videos, and that's what explained in the first one, and if you're new here that's what this is. It's an assignment for my class. So for this week's chapter it wasn't really on one specific invention or one specific thing. It was more like a timeline of different things that happened all in this same period of time, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a timeline of things that happened. I'm doing a lot of this because I feel really awkward, you know, like my hands, because I don't know what to do with my hands. It's been one of those days, you know? So off to the timeline. So the 1840s marked a cornerstone for modernity, capitalism, and science. In 1849, Frederick Scott Archer turned attention to collodion as a substitute for paper, where a coated glass plate with iodized collodion was exposed while it was still wet. Then in 1854, James Ambrose Cutting patented a method for sealing the collodion images in their cases, and photographers were really angered by that, and they banded together to form the National Photographic Convention. Also in 1854, André Adolphe Eugene Distary introduced the carte de visite, which was a 2 1/4 by 3 1/2 inch photograph mounted on a 2 1/2 by 4 inch paper card. Then in 1855, the ambrotype was developed and named by Marcus A. Root. It was a collodion positive looking image on glass that, when first introduced, was referred to as the collodion positive, and it was often mistaken for a daguerreotype. Also in 1855, John Jabez Edwin Mayall patented the ivory type, and that was the process where a photographic image was printed on an artificial ivory that had been sensitized with either albumin or collodion. Then in 1856, Hamilton L. Smith patented the Pharaoh type, and that was an ambrotype made from a thin piece of sheet iron. They were made in various sizes and they were hand colored, and they were sold in multiples for 25 cents, and they introduced the possibility of silliness and casualness in a photograph because they were so easy and cheap to make. Then in 1857, David A. Woodward patented a solar enlarger based on the solar microscope, designed to make enlargements onto a canvas. Then in 1858, Gaspard Felix Tournichon, or Nadar, made the first aerial photos from a hot air balloon. Then in May of 1859, carts became a hit when Napoleon II stopped to have a publicity portrait done at Distary's studio. Distary was then appointed the court photographer. And then in 1860, Distary redecorated his studio in ornate Second Empire style. Then in 1861, Distary was reported to be the richest photographer in the world, and the ambrotype was on its way out. Then in 1862, Marion and Co. introduced the cabinet photograph, which was basically an enlarged cart design for portraits. It gained popularity when F.R. Window's London studio applied it to making portraits. Then in 1864, Napoleon Sarony opened a studio in New York. He was referred to as the Napoleon of Photography, and he was the equivalent of a modern-day director. And he would position his sitters using posing machines, and his cameraman Benjamin Richardson would then photograph them. Then in 1866, the cart fad peaked, and in 1871, Nadar handed the business over to his son Paul. Then the financial crash of 1873 put many photographers out of business. Well, that timeline ended in a very depressing way. So this was the longest chapter, but that was the basic timeline of things that happened. It basically saw a new image on what photography represented. It no longer represented this machine-like thing, but it was becoming more of an art and more of a thing that represented our character and not just our face. So it's interesting to see the process of the history and how things came out and how things came to be and all that good stuff. Again, I'm sorry if I was out of focus or if this was boring, or I don't know, but this is all I've got for you today. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button down below. It's that one that looks like a thumbs up. And leave a comment down below if you have any questions or if you just want to tell my professor that I should get an A, because, you know. Hit the subscribe button also if you want to see more videos. I have some other videos coming up that aren't history of photography related, and I will see you guys soon. I love you guys. Bye.